Right here, the Fight Card Podcast, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. My guest today, the young man, it's actually the Last Boy Scout. Man, how are you, bro?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on here today. I mean,
No,
this is
no,
the first time kind of.
yes. I told your dad, I said, I apologize for waking you guys up super early, man. It turns out we're an hour ahead up here.
Oh yeah, no, it's no problem. I'm usually awake at 6 every day, either way, if I have something to do or not.
No, no, definitely, man. A few questions, man. First off, the last fight, I was able to interview you for that fight. There was something spectacular that you actually did. You had some names written on your back, man. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, so those names were actually the 13 soldiers that got left over there in Afghanistan or wherever. I think it was Afghanistan, but sorry, my brain's all scrambled right now. That died over there, and I just put them on my back to let people know, and still even let them know, even though they're gone, but that no matter what they did, it wasn't for nothing. That people are still recognizing him.
No, yeah, they're not forgotten. So for sure, man. I mean, that was a good thing that you did, man. I know. After the fight, you won, so congratulations on that.
Yeah,
And
thank you,
you
thank you.
got started, man, after your event. Now, let me ask you. I was talking to your dad earlier, man. He was saying when you started competing, you were actually 15.
Yes, sir. I was.
Now,
I think my I was 6 months into my first bit of training ever, and went through a bunch of jits matches, and got all the way up to adult advanced and adult expert and stuff. And I kind of just wanted a little bit more, so we 6 months into it, I threw myself into he threw me into a USFL match, and that's the youth league and stuff. But we I'm trying to think. I had two fights in the same day that day. I won my first one, and the second one I got kind of stage fright a little bit because there was more people coming in. Never been in front of that many people before. Kind of locked up, and then I really wasn't thinking, and I got beat by an armbar. And then I think I did four more USFL fights after that, and then four or five, and then I started with adult amateur when I was 16. I think a couple months after I turned 16, because it started getting, I wouldn't say too easy, but I just wanted more again. I already started picking up that level again, and I didn't want just stand still.
right, right. No, yeah, and of course, man, because I mean, it is experience, man, but at the same time, it's just like you plateau, and after a while, you're not getting any better yourself, right? So that's kind of why you wanted to get more experience.
Yes, sir. More
Now, I got.
experience.
What are all those medals up there, man? I keep looking at, bro.
Oh well, like that. These are some USFL ones right here. Some of them
Right,
didn't give them. Some of them did. These are actually from my first two fights. These ones right here, and
right.
my two first adult MMA fight, the cage fights, and then all these are just my jits matches, pretty much just my jits ones. I think I
We
have
can
like,
only say, you say we can safely say you've only competed a little bit, right? All
oh
those
yeah,
medals. Now,
yeah,
when it comes to mixed martial arts, man, because you right now you're 17 years of age, correct?
yes sir.
Now, your next fight, of course, is going to be for the Sparta 91, Sparta Sports and Entertainment. Your opponent, man, I looked him up, and of course, I mean, everybody's going to be a little older than you, of course. But as far as experience, man, that's where you're reaching out. But how are you feeling going into this fight?
I'm feeling good actually. I've always picked the stronger guy out of my choices, the better guy out of my choices, because yeah, I care if I win or if I lose. Like mentally, I was like, dang it, I lost, dang right. But all it is right now to me really is just experience. I'm just trying to get up and get my level up, because this amateur record doesn't really matter that much. Not saying it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter that much because when you turn pro, it just gets wiped away.
Right, right. You can start over and just start racking your wins, right?
Right.
Now, let me, as far as your training, man, because I talked to your dad earlier, man. Now, Shields Combat, tell us what that is and who's in it, man.
So mainly, it started out in Wamsutter, where there's like this is the smallest town in the world. Honest, there are like 3 houses probably. It's all like 300 people there, and he that was actually our way of saying that I had a gym to put my name under, so
Yeah.
so he could so I could fight. Because if I didn't have a gym to put my name under, they wouldn't let me fight. But mainly it's just that's how it started out. But now it's like a bunch of guys that I know that I gotten to know a little bit that started wanting to fight or started wanting to train a little bit. And some of them get picked on. Some of them are just real close friends that want to just do it, and some of them they just are thinking, well, it's if I fight, then I could be like this, I can do this, and I'm like, well, yeah, you can, just come on. So I'm pretty much using some of them, but it's just mainly me and my dad for the most part. Me and my dad, and most of the time it's just my buddy Malachi. Nobody, a couple other dudes come over, but not really any. Because they come the first day and then they're like, yeah, that's hard. I would not do that.
To go play basketball or something else, huh?
Yeah, they go play basketball. But I train. There's the next town over is the only town that has somewhat of a gym, and it's a jiu-jitsu slash MMA gym over there. And the jits, it's okay, but they have more of the self-defense jiu-jitsu over there, and I'm not looking for self-defense stuff. And so I mainly go on the MMA days that they have. I think they're twice a week. And there's 2 guys over there that fought in for pro or fought pro. One of them fought pro, and one of them just has a bunch of fights under his belt. And the one that fought pro, actually, his name's Casey Barnum, and I train with him so every now and then for a couple hours, burning cardio and stuff like that. He helps me with my cardio and all that, but pretty much this is what it is for training.
No, no. Oh man, and you got a view, so you can't complain, man.
I know, right? You have a gas station. That's awesome.
And let me ask you, man, because your dad obviously he used to compete back in the day. He used to do shoot fight, actually done boxing. It's the whole thing. Like if you can tap him out, you get to go pro, or how does that work, man?
Uh, if I could tap him out, I would consider myself already a pro. I can't do that for some reason. For some reason, I can get black belts tapped out, brown belts tapped out. I mean, easily, but it's just his way of thinking is different. So the only reason why I excelled, I'd say, or grew as fast as I did
Right.
was because of him. Because he doesn't. Everybody thinks of stuff and by the book. They look at stuff. This is how you throw a punch. This is how you slip a punch. Well, this is how you do this. Everybody's learning the same thing. And he's just thinking, he thinks about stuff that's out of the box that nobody ever thinks of, and that's the only thing that's ever got me.
No, you see, and that brings up a good point because I always tell people when I first started training back in 2000, our training was kind of like cash wrestling with the gi. So when we used to go to jiu-jitsu schools, or we had jiu-jitsu guys come over, like they kind of never knew what we were doing, because our setups were different. Our way of thinking, like they're used to jiu-jitsu guys rolling a certain way, we would roll the other way. So because of that, we had an advantage, man. And do you think that's kind of the same thing with you? You're doing things a little bit unorthodox.
Yeah, I think it's pretty close. It's I still learn the stuff that's in the box. I learn the stuff that's in the I'm saying in the box, but like everybody else's learns.
Right.
Because if I already got what they got down, and I'm just adding cool, weird stuff to it, it don't. it don't matter what they got me in, there's something different and there's something odd that they don't know about that I can pull out, and it will put them for a loop, and they ain't gonna know what to do.
No, definitely, man. Now, going into this bout, man, I know your dad said it was at 145 pounds. He said you might have to get something to eat before you go weigh in, man. What's your weight like right now?
My weight's at like 138, 139.
I know. I was telling them, I said, put some quarters in your pocket and go in there and weigh in, man.
So yeah, I walked in there. my fight before my last one, Dan Rojas. I walked when I weighed in. I had sweatpants, boots, a hoodie, my phone, my wallet, my mom's phone, and I done stuffed down a bunch of food and a bunch of water, and I still was 2 pounds under.
Damn, and that fight was at 135.
At 145.
145? Okay. And what were you walking around at that time?
I was walking around 132-ish.
Oh, wow, man. Okay. Now, I was asking him earlier, as far as you dropping to 125, he said more than likely you won't. You're a tall guy, man. You're a tall young man. And so because of that, are you going to stay with 135, 145 for now?
For now, yeah, I'm probably just gonna stay 135, 145 because 125 that don't sit well with me.
Have to lose an arm or something, man. Take something off, huh?
Right.
Now, as far as sponsors, man, do you have anybody helping you for this fight?
There's one of the bars over here. One of the bars that are over here that are sponsoring me for Ponderosa. They're sponsoring me, and that's about it.
Maybe you can get that gas station outside your window helping you, bro.
Oh yeah. There's one more Relentless Defender. They've been one of the first people that sponsored me the first time at my USFL fights.
Okay.
They have like clothes and stuff, like hoodies, shirts, all that. And so they sponsored me. They sent me some stuff and everything, and that's usually what I wear up to the cages. Is I have one of their shirts on usually or something like that, unless something else big is going on.
Now, let me ask you, I mean, of course, if anybody's watching this or they're going to be sharing this, if they want to sponsor you, they can do so, right? They can reach you. Where can they reach you at?
They can go through Instagram. My Instagram, it's Last Boyscout. They can reach me over there, or heck, if they found me on Facebook, I'm on there.
No. And the one thing about your nickname, man, where did that come from? The Last Boy Scout, bro.
Well, it kind of started out as like a little thing when I was a kid. You know the movie? Do you know the movie Last Boy Scout?
Yes, sir.
You ever seen it? So mom used to think when I was tiny and crap, I was hang on. Dad's talking to me. Sorry. That when I was younger, that I was always helping other people, and I was always doing this, and I was always wanting to do other stuff. And then the teachers on top of it, they were always like, they tell my parents he helps too much, he does this too much, he does this too much, and I'm always, and so that kind of.
You got it. You're good. You're good.
So it kind of stuck, and then when I was started fighting and stuff, mom said that should be my nickname because for one of the what it had behind it with us, and for two is the movie the movie. Mom says it's like a guy that's fighting one fight at a time to save the world and stuff like that. So they kind of stuck.
No, well, that's a good thing. I mean, do you go around helping people now these days? I mean, as far as like if you see someone in the road and then I mean, are you that guy?
Yes, sir.
No, and I was gonna say that's a good thing, man, because myself, I'm a contract delivery driver, man. I drive all over the city. Just yesterday, I pulled over. Some guy needed jumper cables. I'm always helping out, and it's only because it comes full circle. There's times where I get stressed, and I'm like, man, nobody's gonna pull over. I pop my hood because that's the international sign for I need help. And good and somebody shows up and they help out, and I'm like, it's good karma, man, because it's dangerous to help just everybody, man. I know it's out there, but I use my instinct, and I have a good, I trust my gut. So if something seems off, then I'll call somebody and send somebody over here. But yeah, man, if you can help somebody out, by all means, man, that's actually a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell us, as far as this fight coming up, man. Of course, you are in Wyoming. The promotion, is it close to you, or do you guys have to drive out there?
It's close. It's only like a 3 hour drive, I think, like 3-4 hours.
Yeah, that's close. For me, that's going cross country, man. It's in Wyoming, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is the first time you fought for that promotion, or you're fighting?
No, sir. This would be my third time.
Okay, because I saw him on the typology, and I know it said Sparta. It had another name, so I wasn't sure if it was the same one. But yeah, I mean, going back and fighting for that promotion, man. How's their setup, man? I mean, do you like the cage, the lights, everything set up pretty nice?
Yes, sir. The cage, I really like the cage. There's usually like soft spots in like the corners of the cages, and the cages froze real bad and all that. But this cage is actually pretty sturdy. The floors are really solid. I like that because one, if it makes it to where you have more of a standing, to back. It doesn't legit make you have more of a standing, but it makes you mentally feel like you're solid. Like
No, man, you want your feet under you. You don't want to seem like you're floating, get tagged, and then get considered a TKO or something for you stumbling. I was gonna say Matt Hughes, man, former UFC, fighter, champion. Back in the day, he used to walk the cage, and people would say, "Man, what are you doing?" And he says, "Oh, I'm looking for the hardest spot because that's where I'm gonna slam these guys, man."
Mm-hmm.
You wanna do that when you're out there, or does it matter?
Yes, sir. I usually do. I usually walk around. I'll stomp. I'll feel, and then when I feel a solid spot, if I ever take anybody down, I don't know. But if I do, that's where I most likely want to place them, is those spots.
No, for sure, man. And so everything's good for this fight. I mean, your weight's going to be on point. As far as training, everything's been going good.
Oh yes, sir. The weight, I'm probably gonna have to eat some stuff. But but the training and everything, it's been going great. I what? Let me think. What's it called? What's it called? I'm in the mornings. I'm sorry, it sounds like you're cutting out, so I keep on having to stop. I don't know if you're cutting out or not. In the mornings, I get up because my dad works with the railroad, so I get up in the morning and I'll crank his truck at 5:40, 6 o'clock in the morning and stuff. I'll get up here, I'll come back upstairs, I'll sit down for a second, I'll start getting my stuff on, and then first thing I always do is I take a bottle of water, 12 to 16 ounces. I'll drink that straight off the bat, right early in the day, because that helps you get your organs and everything moving, working. Yeah. I'll do that, and then I'll go on like since I'm starting to narrow it down, come down because of the fight coming up. I'm starting to calm down my training a little bit, calm down the cardio, everything. Usually I'm running like 20 miles in the morning. This morning I ran 10. In the past like 2-3 mornings I've been running 10. I come back home, I'll eat, and then I'll come in here and I'm messing my little ball. I didn't show you my little ball. I'm messing my little ball.
Oh, there you go. There you go, man. That's all you need, man.
Oh yeah, I'm messing my little ball for a little while, and then I'll dip around it. I'll be messing with it. And then I'll go back on another run. I'll go up to the rec center and do some explosive training and some drills, power drills, all that. And I usually get done there around like 2:30. I'll go and pick up my buddy because he helps me with my takedown defenses and everything. He does wrestling and stuff, so I let him do his takedowns and stuff. And so I go and get him, and I'll bring him here. And Dad will be getting home around the time that we get back. And me and Dad and him will come in here and train for 2.5 hours on MMA nights over there at Wild Faction. And we'll get up from there, and then we'll go straight over there to Wild Faction, and then we get back around like 9:30, 10 at night, and it's just a repeat.
Man, every day. Man, I'm gonna be wrapping this up, man. I do want to say this fight, Sparta 91, what date is it on?
February 26th.
And in Wyoming, it's in Cheyenne, Wyoming, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it gonna be televised, or are they gonna be showing it through Facebook?
I think it's on pay-per-view.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna post that link on the video once I load it. But is there anything else you want to add, man, before we wrap this up?
If y'all do order the pay-per-view, put in the code Shields promo code. Let them know that I'm bringing in people. And
yeah, for sure, man. I'll make sure and post that on there, man. But anybody you want to thank, as far as, of course, your dads, to everybody else?
Dad, I want to thank you, Dad, for heck, he's done a lot for me. A lot. Most of the time where we move and everything is for me to be able to be at a better gym and be able to go to better places with myself and everything. And I want to thank my mom for not killing me for going in the cage with all her nerves. She was flipping out. And then there's Casey and Dustin and Wild Faction team that helped me out a little good bit and everything. And that's about it, man. I don't have a big team. I don't have a big backing, but you don't need that all the time.
No, for sure. And I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean, you guys are doing good things. Of course, this is Shields. The name of the team is Shields Combat.
Yes, sir.
And that's you guys, right? So definitely, man, I want to thank you. I wish you the best come fight night. And for those watching, of course, go to the Sparta page, of course, Sparta Entertainment, Sports and Entertainment page, and follow the link. Of course, if you order the pay-per-view, put Shields under there for to give the young man credit. But once again, the Last Boyscout, Beck Shields, my man, thank you. I appreciate you for giving me a few minutes, and I'll catch up with you after your fight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Everybody, this is Sparta, the Fight Card Podcast. As always, subscribe, follow our YouTube, support the young man, support our fighters. Until next time, follow up.